To keep the Pharaoh's soldiers from regrouping, we struck two armies simultaneously.
How should we position the troops? Once this battle is joined, how shall we protect it? The enemy line is breaking!
Finite milites exultare!
The men are awaiting your orders. The men are close enough to engage. But enemy equites are charging our formation! The battle is won!
Finite milites exultare!
One of our storage outposts was attacked last night. The area is out of our control now.
Storage outposts, you say? Anything important stored there?
Depends on what you mean by important. We had a lot of equipment there. Weapons, armor, and whatnot.
Congratulations, Orestes. This is truly a new level of incompetence.
I know, Legate. I'm not proud of this. Our storage outposts are sometimes undermanned and exposed. I'll see to it this never happens again.
Is there a real risk of losing the area?
The outpost is well protected. A skilled commander could easily turn it into a fortress.
Evidently, it wasn't protected well enough, was it now?
Well, I see your point.
We need to take that outpost back.
A concentrated assault carried out by a small team should do it.
All quiet. Please excuse me.
If we can prevent those guards from reaching their encampment, we can take them by surprise. This is the last one. upon us! Arm yourselves!
The bigger they are, the faster they fall.
Make them tremble in fear! I'm covering this angle!
Seal your heart and run!
How do you wish to deploy?
The men are close enough to engage.
The weather is changing for the worse. Praise Mars! The day...
Sinite milites exultare.
All of the people in charge, they are Romans.
What did you expect?
So it doesn't bother you at all?
Of course it does. But this is their war, and at the end of it, we will be Roman too.
They were allowed to walk right into the Pharaoh's palace and leave unscathed.
It was a meeting of peace. They had been promised safe passage.
Yet there is still no peace. I do not understand what the purpose was.
Your advice saved our lives on yesterday's patrol.
It was as I said, was it not? Those mountains hide many dangers.
We saw them watching us from the ridge as we passed below. Here, it's a drink called Mulsum, as thanks from me and the boys.
It is unnecessary. We are brothers in arms now. But I will not turn down a good drink.
I was told we will be given land in Egypt when the war is over.
As long as we win. I don't know what I will do with land in Egypt, though.
Likewise. I already have land at home.
We can give it to our children.
A rebellion seems to be brewing in this region. They call themselves the Lions of the Desert Night.
How did they get organized so quickly?
We do not know. I suspect these to be warriors of a minor tribe.
Fancy name.
Cineros says the name comes from a local legend. Inspires fear and admiration at the same time.
Do they pose any threat to us?
Not yet. But left unchecked, they might gather enough followers to take their land back once we move on.
We'll need to crush that rebellion before it truly starts.
The Desert Night will be more peaceful without its lions.
Gezil is watching us. Show them how you fight. Let us unite against them.
They're butchering us here.
Once the Egyptian forces withdrew to Alexandria, we spent the next 8 months drilling, training, forging, and equipping our men.
Are we ready, Legate? The men are hungry for battle.
Indeed we are. Today we finally avenge the proconsul.
We will make him proud, and teach these Egyptians a lesson they'll never forget.
The artillery is in position and the Legion is mobilized. The time to strike is now.
Taking the city won't matter if Ptolemy is allowed to escape.
I don't think he's likely to. Ptolemy possesses the worst combination of pride and foolishness. He'll stand and fight.
Still, we should take care of that loose end personally.
Tell the men that Claudius Tranquillus is not to be harmed. His survival is of the utmost importance.
Extracting him safely should not pose a huge challenge. The assault itself will be a massive distraction.
He's smart enough to hide when the attack begins. Once everyone's dead, we can extract him safely.
Let us not forget we're here to liberate the city, not to destroy it.
Precision is difficult to achieve, even with the most advanced of siege weaponry. But our catapults will be aimed at the gates and the palace. I hope we can avoid too much collateral damage.
Our first target is the Canopia Gate. After we secure the courtyard, eliminating Ptolemy should be trivial.
Unless we're walking into a trap.
If their trap depends on their palace being besieged, I'll go out on a limb and say we'll be fine.
The best method of uncovering a trap is to spring it.
That is surprisingly accurate, but also typically reckless, Bestia.
All right. This will be the end of a glorious campaign. Meet us in Alexandria when you are ready.
Our healers have requested some new supplies and equipment. I believe we have the needed resources.
Protect us!
We are honor-bound to defend the Pharaoh with our lives!
That can be arranged.
We must make quick work of this lot. The Pharaoh awaits us past the courtyard ahead.
Let us see if they fight as well as they dress.
If anyone moves, they get an arrow. Make them tremble in fear! I've got this direction covered.
ready, people! Nothing is worth this. Let's get out of it.
That was a lot. I can't believe we made it.
We only have garden. Do not celebrate prematurely.
Push forward to the inner courtyard. Don't give them time to regroup.
They're here! Please don't hurt me!
Stop them! Protect me! Do not let the Romans reach the throne room!
Run, you dog! We're coming for you!
This is it? I expected more guards for Pharaoh.
Don't jinx it.
I'm covering this angle. Cross that line, and I'll shoot as soon as I see the enemy. I'm covering this angle. Archers, loose if you're able. The rest, stay low. Fight for the Pharaoh. Fight for our land. die tomorrow, live forever.
Welcome, mortals. Welcome again to our magnificent palace. Care for some refreshments?
Perhaps later, Ptolemy, when you are in chains.
Then you will wait a long time, Roman. We enjoy your company, you know. We actually quite like Romans. Unfortunately, you chose to side with our disobedient and treacherous sister. And for that, you both deserve to die.
For a man surrounded by his mortal enemies, you are surprisingly cordial.
A fitting term. As you say, you are mere mortals. And we are not.
Marlem, I knew it!
You Romans are so naive.
Well, this isn't exactly unexpected. Orders, Legate?
Try to reach Ptolemy. We can use him as a shield.
We can try, but it will not be easy. They vastly outnumber us.
Let them come to us.
Why you make me do this to you, huh?
Salvete, Legionari. Looks like you've got yourselves into some trouble.
Marlem, this is the perfect moment to get rid of us. I must hand it to you.
Does that girl always speak out of turn, Legate? Do try to control her while we save your lives.
You're here to help?
Of course. What did you expect? We would never allow the killing of Romans.
In our darkest hour, you betray us? As the gods bear witness, the treachery of Romans knows no bounds.
Be quiet, you melodramatic effigy of a pharaoh.
They're everywhere! I think this is the last of them.
Look at you, darling. A pharaoh on his knees is not fit to be a pharaoh at all. At least you are where you belong.
You are the disgrace of our family, an affront to gods and the people of Egypt. And now you get your own husband killed by the hand of a foreigner. You can't even do it yourself.
A queen should not soil her hands with the blood of cowards.
I'm afraid he is more valuable to me alive.
I'm sorry, but there will never be peace in Egypt while we both live. He must die.
I've handed you this throne, and I can always take it back. We will keep the pharaoh alive.
I do like it when you stand up to me. Have it your way, then.
Well, I guess that concludes our business.
Lunia, what are you doing here?
I have some unfinished business I need to attend to. And it concerns you, Your Highness. We have finally reached the end of our uneasy alliance. Unfortunately, it will end with your death.
This is a very immoral action for someone who treasures Roman values.
On the contrary, I think it's a very Roman thing to do. I may be acting immorally, but it's only so others won't have to.
Why are you doing this?
We've had this conversation before. If Cleopatra becomes the queen of Egypt with the help of Nazamanes, she will eventually end up ruling our land. We will not be a part of Rome as I envisioned it. Getting rid of her is the only way.
Why should I help you?
Look where we are. You have conquered Nazamanes and Egypt. Why leave a queen in charge? You know she will eventually betray you. She just helped you against her own brother. If you're not going to do it, I will.
I'm sorry, I can't let you do this. You've played a dangerous game, and this is where it ends.
Why are you siding with her? Don't you see how dangerous she is?
She betrayed me. But I gave her so much.
While we're getting rid of loose ends...
Right! Stop!
He was my prisoner!
Wrong. He was our prisoner, and I saw fit to execute him. You can direct your complaints to Vitellius Lurco.
I think we should get Tranquillus and leave quickly. It seems Lurco's men are getting rid of loose ends.
Thank you for defending me from her. I should have seen it coming. Perhaps I just didn't want to believe that she would betray me.
It will be difficult to keep Nazamanes stable without her mediation.
In some ways, but in other ways it will be easier. The Berber tribes are united now, and there are other elders. I will invite them here and secure their loyalty. You are here to find someone, are you not? You had better get going before another beats you to it.
Salvete, are you looking for a book?
Claudius Tranquillus. He's dead.
What are you doing here?
Me? I was just passing by. Unfortunately, I could not save this old man.
You're not fooling anyone. You murdered Tranquillus.
What possible motive could I have? Your accusation is ridiculous.
You're not going to get away with this.
With what? Look, I'd love to stay and chat with you, but I have duties elsewhere. Now that this Egypt matter seems settled, it is time for us to pack up. See you in Rome.
Our way, Legate. Your home welcomes you and your victorious legion.
Thank you, but the victory feels hollow. We could not save the proconsul.
Death comes to us all eventually. All we can do is delay it. Sometimes not even that is possible.
I didn't expect to see you here again. Should you be a praetor by now?
Leave ambition to my brothers. This is a comfortable post close to home and well paid too. I'm sure you have a lot of things to discuss before you disband. Let me know when you're ready to proceed.
Last time we stood here with a legion, we had Lucullus with us.
A lot of things will be harder now that he's gone.
I know he was your patronus, but the man was like a father to me.
We will avenge Lucullus.
We will. I will.
I know you don't like Rome, but you seem particularly glum today.
I hate to be back in this shithole of... shit.
Cheer up, won't you? We just conquered the entirety of Egypt. That must mean something.
To you, probably. You're back home as a victorious commander, and I'm back home as... not myself.
Will you disappear again?
I don't know yet. There's a lot I need to take care of. Don't worry, though. I'll save your ass when it needs saving.
I have no doubt you'll always be there for me, but let me know if I can help you.
Aww, that warms my cold black heart.
All in all, this expedition wasn't that bad, was it?
You are making the same mistake your enemies are making.
I'm no Vitellius Lurco.
Then find a way to control Cleopatra, or you might regret putting her on that throne.
See you on the other side of the Rubicon.
Is it time?
You seem eager to return to Rome.
I've told you before. It is this idleness that bothers me. Can't we just quickly go in? I have things to do.
No, there's something else going on with you this time.
Oh, all right. We have to go to the arena. Agrippa told me they have received 2 new tigers. We need to see them. And pet them.
I'm in.
When I said we, I was talking about Raya. She will teach me tiger tongue, so I might talk to big cats.
Of course. I apologize. You should go ahead.
Once I speak tiger tongue, I shall try teaching you, too.
Any plans for the upcoming days?
I'll take it easy. This campaign made me realize there is a lot to learn. And while Sinaros is a great magister, it is impossible for him to teach me everything. But he said if he teaches me how to fish, my problems will be solved.
I'm sure old Cineros knows what he's doing.
He is wise and formidable. It is not easy to fight for so long and still be alive. I shall listen to every single word of his.
Did you like this expedition?
It was glorious. We have conquered many lands and slain numerous foes. It was strange of you to leave the queen on her throne, though. Spoils of war should not be left for the enemy to recover.
She's not a trophy, Bestia. We simply had an uneasy alliance based on temporarily common goals.
Exactly. Now that the temporary alliance is no more, she might turn into a foe.
Won't hurt people just on the basis of that. But take care of yourself, Bestia. You seem lost in thought.
Recent events are making me think about the way we're approaching our long-term problems. No matter what we do, our opponent seems to retain the upper hand.
It is depressing, isn't it? We've won, yet he still managed to make himself look like a hero.
This is the second time he's accomplished the same trick. I think we now know the way he plays the game. We're clearly not playing by the same rules. It's for this reason that the game is not fair.
What do you propose?
We stop playing fair. Consider the Rubicon. No legatus is allowed to keep their command inside the Pomerium. The Legion shall always disband here, beyond these predefined borders. So it is written, so it shall be done.
The consequences of breaking such a foundational law would be severe.
Of course. Because the law threatens obliteration, everyone obeys it, and everyone expects it to be obeyed. That makes us predictable. This is how Luco always wins. He knows what our possible moves are, so he prepares himself accordingly. He plans for both outcomes, and controls the result either way. Now, consider the results of a commander crossing the Rubicon with his legion, ignoring the ancient law and the tradition.
Think we should not disband the Legion?
Certainly not. I was simply using as an example the absurdity of the notion, and the fact that Rome would be helpless against such a legion were it to just march through. Luco exploits our adherence to established norms and patterns. As long as we're playing the same game, he wins.
Then perhaps we should change the rules.
It is an idea worth considering, but we should be careful about it, lest we become predictable in our rule-breaking.
Are you looking forward to returning to the bathhouse?
My frail bones are in dire need of warm water and a well-executed massage. But I also have an interesting meeting to attend.
Come on, Cineros, you are not that old.
A fine, benign lie. The weather in Egypt did not really agree with me, I'm afraid. And coming back to this humidity is not helping either. When your body starts to protest against all climates, it may be trying to tell you something.
And what would that be?
You're old. Go to the bathhouse.
Do not spend too much time there, old man. I'll soon need you.
I'll be back as soon as I finish my business.
What do you think about our deeds in Africa?
The political situation we ended up with is truly interesting. It looks like Queen Cleopatra cares only for herself, but in politics especially, looks can be deceiving. We helped her greatly, and she will probably not forget that. I'd cultivate the relationship.
I'd surely prefer her as an ally. Cleopatra is not someone I'd want to turn my back on.
I'm sure there's a lot you can do face to face.
I cannot go back to guarding your villa. There is important thing I must do. Sorry.
Of course, don't worry about it. You finally feel at home here?
I think I will never feel at home anywhere. Home is with family. And my family has lost me.
Do you have some place to stay?
I will find one. That is nothing to worry about anymore.
What is this thing you must do?
I need to find man who killed my sister. Silvius.
What makes you so sure he's still here?
Habron said he is important member of Collegium Bacchus. If he is not here, he has cause to return at least. And when he does, I will be waiting.
What will you do when you find him?
I am not sure yet. I will see what he does when he is found.
If you need me, I will help you in any way I can.
It is best to not involve you. But thank you for offering.
This guy has no idea what's coming. Send him to Tartarus.
You can count on that. At least.
Let's get this over with.
What's bothering you?
Where to even start? I served with Lucullus for the majority of my life. In a way, he turned me into the man I am today. In return, I caused his death. He would have been alive today if we hadn't delayed our departure for the sake of fixing my mistakes. Nothing but a disappointment.
You've never disappointed me. You're almost like the brother I never had.
And you are more of a sibling to me than my own little brother. It is comforting to know I have never disappointed you. But somehow I feel like I have failed in the big quest that is my life. I should have been more important, more significant.
You talk like you're at the edge of your grave.
Who's to say that I'm not? Lucullus certainly didn't see it coming.
What's your plan now? Marcellus Vipsanius?
Probably. But not for the reasons you might think.
What reason do you think that I might think?
You think I'll go there and drink myself into a torpor?
What is the reason then?
Let's just say I have an outstanding debt. The kind you can't pay back with denarii.
This campaign went well, don't you think?
It certainly ended better than it started. Putting Cleopatra in charge was a smart move. You must realize she's taken with you. Nevertheless, I wish we were able to save Lucullus. If only we had departed a day earlier.
There was no way to know.
You're probably right. Still, that makes me wonder.
Hang in there, Kaizo.
There's something I need to handle now that we're back. I may call on you if I need your help, but hopefully it won't come to that.
Time to disband, Legate?
Indeed, Whitus. Let us be warriors no longer.
You will always be a warrior at heart. Now it's time to be a citizen.